Live from Rhinelander, this is Newswatch 12 at 10. The Northwoods' best news. News from where you live starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jake Force. Millions of protesters took to the streets in over 2,000 No Kings demonstrations across the country today. Multiple events happened across the Northwoods of Wisconsin and further down south. An estimate from the Rhinelander organizers said that there were over 1,000 people in attendance at its peak. Logan Misch attended some of these protests and has more.
Across the country, protests just like the one right behind me are happening all over. I spoke to some protesters to learn more about why they are protesting.
The ability to feel like I'm doing something worthwhile.
A major issue that has plagued both sides is the government shutdown. One protester said the shutdown is what is causing her biggest problems with the Republicans.
I think there's a lot of frustration with government right now. I think the biggest thing that really frustrates me is we've had 18 votes for the federal shutdown, and not once have the Republicans showed up for any negotiations.
Other protesters are upset with the Trump administration's choices for government positions. One even mentioned how some military personnel have quit under the current administration.
He's gotten rid of all the people in all the institutions that know what they're doing and replaced them with his flunkies. I mean, generals are walking away from him.
On the Republican side, some have viewed these as potentially violent and harmful rallies that the left has planned. House Speaker Mike Johnson said the protests are against the United States.
Now, tomorrow, the Democrat leaders are going to join for a big party out on the National Mall. They're going to descend on our Capitol for their much-anticipated so-called No Kings rally. We refer to it by its more accurate description, the Hate America rally, okay? And I'm not sure how anybody can refute that.
The three showcased protests are from Minocqua, Eagle River, and Rhinelander. For Newswatch 12, I'm Logan Misch.
All right, thanks, Logan. Well, Chase, we see the shots outside. There's a beautiful, bright, sunny day out there.
Yeah, lots of sunshine for today. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, can't beat it. But we got clouds returning for tonight. A few light showers are possible, but some dry air may ruin that for us. Otherwise, temperatures cooling off. You can see up north here, we have some 40s out there. We got 48 in Minocqua and Eagle River, but 52 still here in Rhinelander as you go further south. Still a lot warm. We got a little bit more moisture down there in Stevens Point. You're still in the 60s right now at 61 degrees. So here's what it looks like. Yes, there is a line of showers with that backdoor cold front now making its way into western Wisconsin. Now, dry air is right behind this. It's going to be running underneath these showers, so that could evaporate some of those showers from reaching the surface as they make across their way throughout our viewing area for tonight. And here you can see that dry air just behind that front. Some dew points already dropping into the 30s near Hayward. Still got a little bit of moisture here as you see some 40s as you go throughout our viewing area, but other than that, that is going to continue to become more dry throughout the night. So yes, a possibility of some showers to occur across our viewing area. If they do, they'll be very light. Will be dry by the early morning hours, and we'll see decreasing clouds throughout your Sunday morning and afternoon. This does show a few showers possible, but with that dry air in place, we're going to be remaining dry. So here we are taking a look ahead into tonight. Temperatures not going to fall much more with the cloud cover out there for tonight. We'll see our forecast low right around 45 degrees. Jake?
All right, thanks, Chase. The city of Wausau announced a $2.86 million PFAS settlement that Mayor Doug Dinny says will support utility infrastructure. According to a press release from Dinny's office yesterday, the settlement with the manufacturing conglomerate 3M will provide vital resources to enhance water utility infrastructure and protect ratepayers from rising costs. Although the funds are significant, the press release also highlighted the high costs that remain for ongoing PFAS remediation projects. According to the release, by the end of 2025, Wausau expects additional funds from the DuPont settlement and a special needs fund. The remaining $1.54 million of the 3M settlement will be paid over several years. And the YMCA of the Northwoods held their annual not-so-scary Halloween trail at the Beck Family YMCA in Rhinelander this afternoon. The trail is in the woods behind the building. The event is always great for the whole family and allows the kids to wear their costumes along a trail with some lighthearted Halloween exhibits. Some of our own WJFW staff were on hand for a special news-themed exhibit where kids come by and get to do an interview with our reporters. There's also many treats and photo ops available along the trail. We here at WJFW want to thank the YMCA for including us in this wonderful Halloween tradition. A domestic violence and sexual assault agency held a fundraiser in Merrill this afternoon in hopes to combat recent federal funding cuts. Our own Ryan Marinaro has more on how the Merrill community is rallying behind them.
Haven is a domestic violence and sexual assault agency based in Merrill. Haven's director, Kim West, says the agency supports people in crisis or people who have experienced it through their healing process. But this year, Haven and other agencies are having a harder time at funding their efforts.
For 2025, we experienced a lot of funding cuts, and we needed to reach out to the community for support.
West reached out to the Sawmill Brewing Company and Geist Meat Service, and with their help, Haven was able to hold a community fundraiser at the Sawmill Brewing Company.
They had called and they said that they had lost some funding and they were trying to figure out different ways on how to raise money to keep the facility open.
Geist Meat Service donated food for the fundraiser, which included raffle and donation baskets, plus a silent auction for a football provided by the Green Bay Packers, signed by the entire 2024 through 2025 team.
We like to support the community. So if things like this, they need people's support. So we're hoping to help with that.
I think it's really hard that these places have to do extra for funding.
West says domestic violence is a public health crisis, and although her job may be difficult right now with the cuts, she feels incredibly thankful for the support the Merrill community has shown.
It's one of those silent, nobody wants to talk about things, and when we keep it quiet, people who are experiencing it are suffering in silence, and we just need to remember that those folks need support.
If you want to donate to Haven, you can visit their facility in Merrill or go to the Haven website or Facebook page. Reporting from Merrill, I'm Ryan Marinaro, Newswatch 12.
All right, thanks, Ryan. There's more news out of the Middle East as hostage exchanges continue. We'll have more on that, plus President Trump's meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. That's After Weather with Chase when we come back.
It's the mega sale at Slumberland.
Up to 50% off list.
Get a comfy Lazy Boy recliner for just $3.99.
Or a modern sofa for just $3.99.
And get the chair for $99.
Plus a Sealy Queen mattress for just $3.99.
Only at Slumberland.
It's the season for joy, cheer, and awesome toys here. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm. We're kicking things off with 12 days of deals starting Saturday, October 11th, where you'll find red-hot buys on Hot Wheels, Lego, Play-Doh, Melissa and Doug, Nerf, and many more. Can't pay today? Put it on layaway and we'll hold it for you. Stop in and grab a catalog to fill out your wish list and get a jump on holiday gifting. Or shop our Toyland catalog now at fleetfarm.com.
It's the dream we all share, to be anything and go anywhere. So if you need room for your family, your gear, side hustle, or anything else, get the SUV designed for your dream. The Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Choose Flex Buy on Explorer and get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 open bonus cash. Visit your Wisconsin Ford dealers.
There's a significant discrepancy between the population of Wisconsin and where physicians practice.
And that's a problem the UW-Madison is working hard to fix, specifically with the Wisconsin Academy for Rural Medicine. Rural communities have unique challenges.
And we've tailored our training to produce knowledgeable, passionate physicians to practice in those rural areas.
One doctor in a community that hasn't had one can make a huge impact.
One Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin.
It's the mega mattress sale at Slumberland.
Save big on a Sealy mattress.
No one sells Sealy for less.
Get this Sealy Posturepedic for just $5.99.
Plus, get 36-month financing with approved credit.
Only at Slumberland Furniture.
And welcome back, folks. A pretty good day for your Saturday out there. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, a little breezy at times, but we had plenty of sunshine. Now clouds are moving back into the area. We can see a few showers possible, but dry air is moving in too. Hasn't just yet. Still dew points in the low to mid 40s, but we got some 30s on the way for dew points. And that pressure is still below that 30-inch mark. It is rising, though. There is high pressure that's going to be arriving shortly heading into tomorrow. So highs out there for today, upper 60s here, and Rhinelander at 68, 66 in Minocqua, 67 Eagle River. As you go further down south, that's where you got closer to 70. You saw that in Wausau and saw 75 in Wapaka this afternoon. Now, we are going to see temperatures beginning to fall. A backdoor cold front is arriving right now. That'll bring some gusty northwest winds for tomorrow, and highs only in the low 50s. Brief warm front will make its way through Monday, followed by a cold front. You can see that Tuesday. Highs then in the mid 40s, so definitely cooled off. We'll see those a little bit below average, but right back near average Thursday, and we start a steady climb back near 60 going into your weekend on Saturday. So here's what we're dealing with right now. Those clouds are moving in across the viewing area, and yes, there is a line of showers that we're seeing just about to make it into our western viewing area, but right behind this is a ton of dry air, and that can get underneath these showers and cause them to evaporate, make them not reach the surface. So still a chance for some showers. They will be light tonight if we do see any, if that dry air doesn't get to it just yet. But here's the system as a whole. Plenty of rain down south for Illinois right now with that cold front. You can see extending all the way down into the southern portions of the country, providing some severe weather out there as well. But we aren't seeing any of that. Some lightning strikes in southern Wisconsin right now, but again, outside of our viewing area. So yes, the possibility of a few light showers for tonight, but that dry air could keep us dry. And as we go into the early morning hours, still some cloud cover out there, but it will decrease throughout the day, especially for our central and southern viewing area. You can still see some clouds up north in the evening here up near Rhinelander. That does show a few showers popping up, but again, with that dry air moving in for tomorrow, that should prevent any showers from reaching the surface. So expect to remain dry. But as we head into your Monday, that's when more clouds move in, and this system does show some rain arriving right around 5 p.m., but more than likely all the other models are showing this arriving just a few hours later, heading into just past sunset for your Monday evening. So yes, the possibility we could see some rain just before sunset, but looks like it has better chances arriving going into the early overnight hours. So here we are out there for tonight. Mostly cloudy, yes, a few light showers are possible out there for tonight. Otherwise dry, lows in the mid 40s, and some breezy winds from the northwest. We'll see that right around 10 to 20 miles per hour, picking up a bit for tomorrow. You can see gusts near 25 from the northwest. Otherwise highs in the low 50s, decreasing clouds, and yes, with that wind, it'll be breezy for tomorrow. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress. We'll see temperatures in the 50s for your Sunday and Monday. A few showers can arrive into Monday evening, but more likely Monday night, and that'll continue throughout your Tuesday. That's going to keep highs in the mid 40s, including your Wednesday as well. Looks like we'll dry out and warm up throughout Thursday and the Friday in the low to mid 50s and back near 60 for your Saturday. Jake?
All right, thanks, Chase. Roughly 42 million Americans are at risk of losing critical food assistance next month amid the government shutdown. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins announced last week the food stamp program will run out of money in 2 weeks. It's not clear whether the Trump administration will step in to find the funds to continue paying benefits, as it has had with other priorities. About 1 in 8 Americans receive help buying food through SNAP, which is the formal name for food stamps. More than a dozen states have also been forced to stop accepting new food stamp applications as a result of the looming lack of funding. And Israel says Hamas has handed over 2 coffins containing the remains of hostages taken from Israel. A convoy carrying the bodies arrived at the National Institute of Forensic Medicine in Tel Aviv early on Sunday. Hamas has now handed over the remains of 12 of the 28 dead hostages in Gaza under the U.S.-brokered ceasefire and hostage deal. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has increased pressure on Hamas to share the others more speedily. Hamas says the destruction in parts of Gaza, though, has slowed the handover. And on Saturday, President Donald Trump posted new video of a U.S. military strike on a suspected drug vessel in the Caribbean. The president said it was his great honor to destroy the submarine with 4 people on board. 2 people died in Thursday's attack and 2 survived. The president said the people who survived will be returned to their home countries of Ecuador and Colombia, where they will face detention and prosecution. Thursday's strike is the 6th known U.S. attack on a boat allegedly involved in drug trafficking. The president said the United States, quote, will not tolerate narco-terrorists trafficking illegal drugs by land or by sea. Many have denounced the Trump administration's actions, saying they are illegal. And President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky remain split over the future of the war in Ukraine. The 2 leaders met for several hours at the White House on Friday. President Trump made it clear that Zelensky would not receive the long-range Tomahawk missiles that he has been seeking from the U.S., at least for now. The Ukrainian leader has said he needs the weapons, which could reach far into Russia. People familiar with the meeting described the discussion between the leaders as tense, frank, and uncomfortable at times. After it ended, President Trump pushed for a ceasefire along the current battle lines and called for an end to the killing. The 8-man football playoffs kicked off today, and 2 area teams were in action. Coming up after the break, Will Haraldson has the highlights of when Three Lakes faced off against Leona.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five. Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
As fall arrives, so do the opportunities to embrace the crisp air and vibrant colors of the season. Welcome to Bremer and Trollope Law Offices, where the warmth of our team matches the rich hues of autumn all around us. Recognized statewide and nationally for our excellence in personal injury law. At Bremer and Trollope, we're here to show that local expertise and dedication always shine through. When you're seeking justice, trust the firm that's deeply rooted in your hometown. And remember, you pay nothing out of pocket when you work with us because the right results matter most.
You dream it, we design it. At Travel Life Travel Co., every journey begins with a spark of inspiration. From your first idea to final boarding call, we're with you every step of the way. We handle the planning, bookings, and all the little details so you can travel with confidence and ease. Because at the heart of everything we do is you. Full service, tailored to you. Travel Life Travel Co., your journey is our passion.
'Tis the season for joy, cheer, and awesome toys here. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm. We're kicking things off with 12 days of deals starting Saturday, October 11th, where you'll find red-hot buys on Hot Wheels, Lego, Play-Doh, Melissa and Doug, Nerf, and many more. Can't pay today? Put it on layaway and we'll hold it for you. Stop in and grab a catalog to fill out your wish list and get a jump on holiday gifting. Or shop our Toyland catalog now at fleetfarm.com.
If your home has structural or moisture problems, you might be tempted to put off repairing them, thinking they'll just go away. But here's the thing, your home's problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us.
Call 715-SURE-DRY.
U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Coming up on Newswatch 12 today, we'll have your weekly winner of the Mug Shot Monday competition.
After a warm weekend, cooler temperatures are on the way. Join us Monday morning from 5 to 7 a.m.
The 8-player football playoffs kicked off this Saturday afternoon, and 2 area teams were in action. It was a rematch of a game that took place in the regular season as Three Lakes Phelps Blue Jays took on the Leona Wabeno Rebels. Blue Jays looking to avenge their regular season loss to the Rebels. We picked this one up in the first quarter, 7-0. Rebels and Cooper Albrecht drop back. Good coverage by the Blue Jays, so he takes off and will fight through defenders for the score. It's now 14-0 Leona Wabeno. And now to the second quarter, Blue Jays trying to get on the board before half. Sam Kashuta drops back and launches one to Owen Leapshire, who hauls it in for the big-time play. But the Rebels proved to be too much in third quarter. It's Walker Winkleman working some magic here as he gets the pitch and cuts around a few defenders and races his way into the end zone for the score. The Rebels move on as they beat the Blue Jays 42-0. And 11-player football brackets have officially been released. In Division I, Wausau West is heading to top-seeded Arrowhead. DC Everest gets a 5 seed. They will be heading to Brookfield East. In Division III, we have 5 area football teams. Rhinelander gets the final playoff spot and will face top-seeded Edgewood. Medford also, they're an 8 seed. They'll be taking on Grafton. Wausau East will be taking on Mount Horeb Barneveld. The marquee matchup will be in Merrill as the 5th-seeded Lakeland Union Thunder Thunderbirds will take on the 4th-seeded Merrill Blue Jays. One school in Division 4, and it's Mosinee. They get a 2-seed, and they'll be at home as they take on 7-seed Turner in round 1. Over to D5, Tomahawk will get a 1-seed. They take on Omro. Stratford, the 2-seed in Tomahawk's bracket. That could be a potential quarterfinal matchup there. Amherst, also a 2-seed. They'll be taking on Lancaster. Wittenberg, Burnhamwood gets a 5-seed. They'll take on Brookfield Academy, and rounding things out with Division 6, Loyal Greenwood is an 8-seed. They're taking on the state champions Edgar. Marathon is in as a 7-seed. They will take on Kewanee. Abbotsford also grabs a spot as they're the 7-seed, as they'll be taking on Mondovi, and Auburndale. They get a 3-seed and will be a local matchup as they battle with 6-seeded Crandon. The Great Northern Conference held their conference cross-country meet at the Northwoods Golf Course in Rhinelander. With the sectionals just 6 days away for these schools, all these runners were looking to get those times where they need to be for the postseason. The boys would get the afternoon started as the pack all gets rolling down the fairway to get the 3.2-mile course in gear. The boys' race was a duel for the first couple miles between Rhinelander's Avon Barr and Lakeland Union's Charlie Ernst. In the end, it would be Barr, the junior from Rhinelander High School, taking home the individual crown. Then it would be time for the ladies, and this was a battle from the start all the way to the finish. Defending champion Lindsay Kahn of Medford was on the tail of Lakeland freshman Emerson Rubo all race long. In the last 150 yards, the senior would get past the freshman as Kahn ran away to her second straight conference crown. But more for you right after the break.
The Factory Direct Tire Sale at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service has the best tire prices, period. Through October, get up to $200 back by online or mail-in rebate on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires when you use a Goodyear credit card. Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
'Tis the season for joy, cheer, and awesome toys here. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm. We're kicking things off with 12 days of deals starting Saturday, October 11th, where you'll find red-hot buys on Hot Wheels, Lego, Play-Doh, Melissa and Doug, Nerf, and many more. Can't pay today? Put it on layaway and we'll hold it for you. Stop in and grab a catalog to fill out your wish list and get a jump on holiday gifting. Or shop our Toyland catalog now at fleetfarm.com.
At Overhead Solutions, we believe in doing things the right way, with honesty, integrity, and a commitment to you. Whether you need roofing, siding, or windows, we're here to provide what your home needs. Nothing more, nothing less. Our process is built on quality work, clear communication, and exceptional customer service. No pushy sales tactics, just honest advice and craftsmanship you can trust. We've been here for years, and we'll be here for many more. Call Overhead Solutions today for a free estimate and experience the difference integrity makes.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug to driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Get the best tire prices, period, during the Factory Direct Tire Sale at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Up to $200 back by online or mail-in rebate on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. Through October at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
And welcome back. A Wisconsin museum is giving visitors a chance to walk through a tunnel once used by those escaping slavery. The Milton House Museum is the only certified Underground Railroad site in the state open to the public. As Gabriella Rusk reports, the museum's executive director says it's her job to connect visitors to this piece of history, even if the reality is difficult to face.
Underground Railroad is not some fun adventure that people went on.
Seeking refuge from slavery.
In the records, it says about 3.5 to 4 feet tall, just dug out of the earth. So think about crawling probably on your hands and knees in something that's dirty and dark and wet, and who knows what kind of bugs and animals and stuff like that. But what's your alternative?
The executive director of the Milton House Museum, Keaton Kloss, says her job is to share a small piece of our state's history.
Wisconsin was a free state, but in 1850, the federal government passes a law that now makes it everybody's responsibility to, if you find an escaped slave, you have to help get them back to their owner.
She says visitors are often surprised to learn Wisconsin was not always welcoming to Southerners.
So it was still very dangerous even once you got into a northern state. So that's why you also see just a large exodus of people up into Canada.
The founder of the town of Milton, Joseph Goodrich, owned the Milton House, which was a stagecoach inn at the time for people who were passing through.
Trains and travelers coming here all the time, and you're having stuff all hours of the day too. And so it worked. It kind of worked as a cover for Joseph.
At the Milton House Museum today, people often feel the emotions as they process the reality of the 1850s and 60s.
And so I think it's that realization of what was happening and how that still impacts you today.
Learning from history by connecting to it.
While it is still a sad part of history, it also shows kind of that human experience and that human willingness to do what you need to do when life is really hard.
Tis the season for joy, cheer, and awesome toys here. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm. We're kicking things off with 12 days of deals starting Saturday, October 11th, where you'll find red-hot buys on Hot Wheels, Lego, Play-Doh, Melissa and Doug, Nerf, and many more. Can't pay today? Put it on layaway and we'll hold it for you. Stop in and grab a catalog to fill out your wish list and get a jump on holiday gifting. Or shop our Toyland catalog now at fleetfarm.com.
With depression, it feels like every day you're just going through the motions. But what if you could get your go back?
Go with Auvelity.
Auvelity worked fast. Some saw relief in as early as 1 week. And Auvelity lasted. On average, significant relief was seen at 6 weeks. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions in young adults. Tell your doctor about sudden changes to mood, thoughts, or behavior. Don't take Auvelity if you have a history of seizure, eating disorder, or have abruptly stopped drinking alcohol or taking benzodiazepines, barbiturates, or anti-seizure medicine. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Don't take if you are allergic to dextromethorphan, bupropion, or any of the ingredients in Auvelity. Don't take with MAOIs. High blood pressure, manic episodes, serious eye problems, and dizziness can occur. Report all medicines you take to avoid a life-threatening condition. Don't take Auvelity if you are or may become pregnant. Side effects can include dizziness, headache, diarrhea, feeling sleepy, dry mouth, sexual function problems, and excessive sweating. Ask your provider about Auvelity.
Go with Auvelity.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary obligated to act in your best interests. So how do your management fees work? We have a transparent fee structured so we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
All personal injury law firms essentially cost the same. When you receive a settlement or win a verdict, we take a percentage as our fee. If you get nothing, we get nothing. But one law firm has recovered more million-dollar results than any other firm in Wisconsin. We have handled and won the largest cases in state history. And we cost the same as every other personal injury firm in town. Habish, Hebish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
All right, welcome back, folks. October 18th is a special day, not just because it is Saturday, because it is Jake Force's birthday. He's turned 27 years old today. Happy birthday,
Thanks,
Jake.
Chase, and thank you for being such a great roommate and great friend. And, you know, I've never been one to make a big deal about my birthday, but I will say it definitely reminds you of how many people still love you and care about you.
That's right.
I love what I do out here, but the reality is it's hard to live very far away from home. And it's nice to hear from everybody.
Your birthday's not over yet. You're going to have tons more fun tonight, for sure. Other than that, though,
tell them about that.
other than that, though, we got a little bit of light rain possible on the way for tonight. There is some dry air behind this, so that can keep it from reaching the surface for tonight. But we got the clouds here. There's a possibility of a few light showers. Otherwise, dry for your Sunday. Highs near 52, 58 for your Monday, and a few showers can move in late. Then we're really cooling off Tuesday and the Wednesday. Highs only in the mid-40s, but a nice slow warm-up Thursday, Friday, and the Saturday. By Saturday, Saturday, we should be back in the low 60s.
It's sunny, but nice and crispy out for my birthday. That's just
right.
how I like
Perfect.
it. That's Newswatch 12 for this Saturday night. We'll be back again tomorrow, everybody.